Good evening, everyone. This is Brody from Outperform Fitness, and welcome to tonight's career chat. So tonight we are going to be chatting to Esteban, who has recently enlisted as a GSO, so a General Service Officer in the Army, and he's currently down at RMC, which is the Royal Military College. So we're going to get some intel for what it's like while he's there. So he's still there at the moment and still undertaking training. So it's going to be really interesting to have a chat to him while it's all fresh in his head and still halfway through. We've still got a little bit to go. Esteban is another successful client from my Battle Ready program, which helps applicants get ready for the ADF or emergency services or anything like that. So if you're interested in something like that, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can check it out for yourself and see if it's something that might help you out. Or you can simply just reach out to me any way possible. I'll get back to you. All right, guys, so let's bring in Esteban here. Esteban, how are you, mate?
Hello, very good. Thank you
That's
for the
good.
invitation.
Thank you for jumping on board. Like, I'm sure throughout your time with me, you would have seen a couple of people doing these, and it's usually the thing that people want to jump on and do once they're actually made it through themselves. So yeah, it's good to see you're on the other end.
Yes, no, pretty happy here in RMC, and the training is going very well, very intense. But yeah, happy to share what is my experience since I arrived here, and yeah, pretty good.
Beautiful. All right. Well, let's just start off with a couple of simple things. So yeah, let everyone know like where you're originally from, when you enlisted, and obviously you're enlisted as a GSO. Just a bit of a background on what that role is.
Sure. Well, I am originally from Venezuela, and I am not like the typical cadet that would be like younger with 20 years or 18 after high school. So I am, let's see, a little bit mature. I am 40 years old at the moment, but it's no any requirements. You just need to have the willpower to be part of the army and apply. So before I was working in the civilian as an architect, and I decided just to join the army because I was very interested to the engineer corps, and especially in the construction area. And yes, that's what my options was, just to come here to RMC. I enlisted last year, this time last year. So I have already 1 year here, and yes, it's basically 9 more months to go. And yes, I will see where I'm gonna be posted next.
Yeah, long time to be
Yep.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were an actor before this, were you? Is that what you said?
Sorry,
Did you say an actor?
architect.
Oh, architect. I thought you said
Yes.
actor. Awesome. All right, guys. Yeah. So what we'll do throughout this chat is I'll just go through and ask all the questions that I see, are a good thing to know about, and then at the end we'll jump into the comments section and see if there's any questions from the viewers to see if there's anything they want to know about as well.
Sure.
Beautiful. So, all right. First things first. So you said you enlisted this time last year, was it?
Yes,
All
that's
right.
what's right.
Was it a smooth sailing enlistment, or did you have any bumps in the road with you getting in?
Well, to be honest, my intention was to go to ADFA and study another degree in civil engineering, but when they knew that I would have my background as an architect, so they say, no, you are ready to go straight to RMC, so you don't need another degree. So I say, okay, let's do it. So I went to my OSB, and they were happy, and they sent me my letter of offer. And also I got to the Navy and to the Army, but I choose to be in the Army.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that being a bit of a you didn't really know which one to go for.
exactly. But yes, was good. When I arrived here, is the switch is uh, extreme from one side of the civilian straight away to the military, and it's really intense. But at the end, you don't understand so many times at the beginning, but then you get it,
Yeah, yeah,
you get
awesome.
used to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, how come you wanted to join, and especially as an officer?
Well, the reason I wanted to be an officer is because I want that mindset of develop the skill as a leader. And yes, being an officer, you will have the responsibility to always be in charge of work with people, and also to do your command intents, and that relationship of management, and also yes, working projects that you don't have the opportunity to do in the civilian world. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, awesome. So, was there any particular reason you chose Army over Navy?
Well, yes. The reason was like I feel more confident if I will apply in the construction area. So I will continue on working in a field that I already have a background and experience. If I go to the Navy, I didn't care about to be so many long period of time on, on sea, but that's mean that I have to go to uni and do another bachelor degree, and
Yeah,
yes, it will maybe be a little more time
yeah.
studying. Yeah,
Something just it just sounds like it suited you a little bit better with what you've already got.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So officer selection board, everyone's always got questions about that, and I know when you were part of the Adult Ready program, you had plenty of advice for people that were going into it. So yeah, without giving
Yes.
away obviously too much, but yeah, have you got any advice for people going into officer selection board?
Yeah, for sure. So don't be scared, and it doesn't matter. You just show that you can be vulnerable and show yourself. And it's not a perfect. I always say it's not a process that you have to take everything and be show that you are the perfect role, the perfect cadet, or you need only to show that you have potential. It's very important that you show that you have potential, and see they will see on you when you talk about yourself and your family and your hobby and what are your expectations and your goals, and they will know there if you are active able, you have the potential they are looking for. I would recommend is just be honest, and also just of course prepare yourself about check the Instagram and of the page of the defense, and read the news and everything that what's happening at the moment. And you don't need to know everything 100%, but unless you have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, so pretty much you've gone out of your way to do a little bit of research and have a bit of an idea. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about what is the army life, or if you don't have any background or experience. In my case, I didn't, and they still like happy to me to come here and be part and pursue my career as an officer. So everyone's have a chance. So don't be afraid. Never
Yeah.
think, and never is too late.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, you're cracking on. What did you say? 40, and yeah,
Exactly.
you're just getting
Yeah.
started. So
Yes.
awesome. Yeah. And by the sounds of it, yeah, confidence would be a big thing as well. Like seeing that, like going into those interviews and stuff with a bit of confidence in yourself would definitely go a long way. Would you reckon?
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be, as I mentioned, perfect, but you just need to be secure of yourself, and give a little or expose your personality and your character, and that will be like very important things that they want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, and that's sort of like the mindset you need to have is like they're looking at you as a person, not and they can train you in any skill that you need, really. But are there times that you've led throughout your life? Are there times you've gone through hardship and all that sort of stuff? Like what characteristics have you built over time, and then
Yeah.
they can skill you up in anything. So
Well, the things that I will say that you can use as you can shape and prepare a little bit is like they probably will uh, ask you something that you have failed, and if you just take what do you learn from that experience and you take it in the positive way, they will love that, and that is a massive tick, because here in the training you want to make a lot of mistakes and they don't tell you, but they love that you make a lot of mistakes because it's from there where you learn a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a big way that you learn in the army is by doing it wrong.
exactly, because never
Yeah,
you think that you're doing the things right, and no, it's that's not right.
yeah,
you,
yeah. Well,
you're always missing something.
yeah, and that's the thing. I was watching a podcast with Hubman. He's a neuroscientist, and
Oh
yeah,
yes,
he speaks about especially when people get older, when that neuroplasticity changes, like the ability to learn things. He speaks about making mistakes and it being critical that you get it right is what actually creates that better environment for you to learn quicker. So yeah, you need to make those mistakes and get frustrated with yourself and keep
exactly.
going. Yeah, it's not
Yes.
to get to that point where you're frustrated and nah, stuff this. I'm kicking the bucket. I'm out of here. That's where you're actually going to learn is in those environments.
Well, I it's really important that you mentioned that resource, and that you can find all this video in YouTube about him, and he all the interview that he has, because I also follow him, and one of the things that I keep is like the ability that you have to push yourself to out your area of comfort, and it's there when you're gonna push yourself to grow. And this is day to day in the army.
Yeah,
You never gonna, when they see you that you are comfortable, it's like no, let's push him more, you can give more, and they just want you to be uncomfortable, because this is the only way that you're going to grow professionally and personally and mentally. I have like I have meetings where I express myself, like they will ask you how you feel, and you have this review, and uh, I say like, well, many people understand that mental strength is the same as health, and it's not the same, because sometimes you have the courage to do things, but you really are not coping with the stress. So I also will recommend uh, read and have this activity that will allow you to drain all that stress and
yeah,
be mentally have mentally resilience, and that's going to help you in the army, and not only in the army, but also in your personal life.
yeah, yeah. That mental resilience side of things that pops up time and time again when I'm talking about when I jump on a chat with you guys, and yeah, every time it's in there in some way, some shape or form, and it's a big thing, and it's something that can be trained as well. So.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's the thing. Don't just think, oh, I don't have it because you can train it. There's many
Yes,
different.
that is it's exactly like going to the gym. Is you just every day you just need to training and training. And well, the same guy, he said he recommended to read the Atomic Habit, the book.
Oh yeah,
And in this book, what I learned was like we have the I would say the tradition every year when start in January to say I want to do all this in once, and we made a list, but the reality is like we try for a week and then we are like no, that's not going to work, and I
yeah,
just back to my normal habit. And the realistic way to do it is just little by little. So every week you just continue doing your normal habit, and you just include a new one, and
stack
from
on.
there is you
Yeah,
go building. And yes, I try to apply that now, and yes, easy. And here in the army, you need to switch on all the time,
yeah,
and it's not just in the academic point of view; it's the combat point of view. and it's just how you behave in barracks, how you behave on field, how you behave with your mates, and when you are free on weekends that you don't have uniform, but you still naturally just behave like an army person. And yeah,
Yeah.
but that is a little by little, and you're gonna make mistakes. That's
Yeah.
the only way. Yes.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a big thing people learn. Like, and even going through just Kapuka or any form of basic training. Like, if you sit down at the end of it and think about the amount of stuff that you learned throughout that time, like it's unbelievable because you're just in that situation where you have to learn it. And yeah, when you're put in that sort of situation, it just happens.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into RMC. Let's have a bit of a chat about RMC. So, firstly, where's it at?
Well, this is here in Canberra, so that is gonna be 11 months of winter.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
excellent.
no, just joking. But the weather here is pretty funny when you are in RMC in Duntrum, and it's like perfect days, and sometimes rains, but you are all day indoor, studying from 8 to 6, basically. And then when you go to field is when all the time is raining and it's cold and and all that kind of things. But yes, we have like training field here close to Duntrum that is called, the area is called Majura. But also we depends, the rules have changed a little bit now, but we can go to Pacapunia, or I have the opportunity to go to Kultana.
Oh,
So yes, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because you have the opportunity also to um, have the experience of the units and see the real deal with all the equipments,
yep,
and yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty
yep.
fun.
And what's that for? What's that like? Those two areas for? Like
Well,
what?
this is basically because the curriculum here, you will have like at the beginning, well, in third class, your two first week is going to be like very full on. They're going to teach you, everything is changing at the moment, but that's with my experience. So the first 2 weeks, you just arrive and civil life or mentality is gone, and you
Oh,
just start learning everything, marching and behave and the rules and the schedule and all that kind of things. So is, and the uniforms and everything. So you have 2 weeks to get all your equipments, and they're gonna teach you what you need to do before you go to the foundational course, and that is gonna be them in 12 weeks, and you go to field and you're gonna do all the basic skills, soldering skills, and before you just come here to RMC again for
okay.
maybe 1 week for to do more administration, and then you back again to field, and you do more skills, and you get qualified in all the weapon systems, and you learn all about weapon systems, you learn about working teams, and yes, you start learning to lead yourself, and at the same time you just need, it's a lot of information that you need to absorb, and yes, you get pushed a lot to the limit, and but you get used to, and you will meet a lot of people here, and they are in the same situation. You will feel a little upset when someone is like reach the limit and they say no, it's not for me. um and you can surprise yourself when they say like, wow, I still here. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's good, you're gonna meet interesting people here. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like you said, everyone's in the same sort of situation, so
yeah,
you seem to connect really well with that. Like you're taking away from, and you're probably making mates with someone that you never would have been spoken to in the street. And then all of a
exactly.
sudden you're put in that sort of situation with each other and your best mates. It's a
Yep.
completely different world. Yeah, it's good.
And you will have met like me. Well, I am one, I would say I am one of the oldest, I am not the oldest.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah,
exactly, is cadet, he is 44, and the youngest have 18. So
yeah,
you know, the range is the gap is huge. But when we are on uniform and when we are on class and we are on field, it's no age, and it doesn't matter if you're a girl, a boy, but it's just all we are all the same,
Yeah.
and we all work together. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So how long is the whole course for with with your initial training?
Well, it's 18 months, and so you have third class, second class, and first class.
Yep.
And in third class, you wanna learn how to lead yourself. However, you are gonna finish leading a section, that could be 8, as the doctrine says, but depends. You can have 10 in your section, um, and it's gonna be like very basic. And then in second class, you have like more deep depth on that skills, but you becomes to be now to lead a platoon. That is, a platoon is 3 sections, which means 30 people. And then in first class you continue being a platoon commander, but you're gonna refine what you learn in second class. And in second class you also work in uh, simple operations, when in first class you're going to be more complex and urban operation. Second class and third class is more about regional operations.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, it's broken up in like sort of a
Yes,
lockstep sort of thing, just progressing as you go.
but time is passed very quick, and then you start thinking. You have days that where you things like, what I'm doing here, I am not sure, but uh, this day passed. Then when you have breaks and you go back to family, your family will notice how much you change, and you will start. I start missing. Oh, I miss, like, wake up and I have to do something, and why I'm so relaxed and all that kind of things. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, on that, so what is a typical day like down there? And like, do you work standard Monday to Friday type thing, weekends off, or how's that? How's that happen?
Well, we have. I want to explain first when I am here in RMC. And RMC is where we study, and we see all the theory on the class, and then we have syndicate room where we go and discuss with our structure and sections, and we have the different activity of all the lessons that we see on the day, and we have a lot of PT that we have to do. We have field, that's when we apply all the practice of what we learn here. But in a basic week, we start, yes, class from Monday to Friday. We are free on weekends, and every day I would say looks the same. However, it's not, because every day change. You have different uniforms that you need to wear, depends of what's going on. um, you can have, in one week, you can have 3 times PT. PT is all the physical activities and physical training, and you have classes, but also you can have one week that you don't have any physical training. You just only have classes and tests and uh, work. You have to do a lot of planning in second class, and first class not many. It's more qualification or the weapon system, and you are focused on the foundation. But basically, we wake up 6:15 is revealing, and yeah, it's not that late. You think that you can wake up early. However, you as you have PT is not specific for you. PT is something that is for everyone. So you need to be worried about your personal physical condition. So that's mean that you need to go to the gym early in the morning. And if that's mean that you need to wake up around 4:30, so you can go and to the gym and do all your training, your personal training, and then you just be on time here at 6 for Revelli, and then you are free until 8. Free. because you always need to do something. Yes,
Filled
and
in.
you have meeting with your OC, or you have meeting with anyone, or you just get ready. If you really are free, you just go to the mess, have your breakfast, get ready for class, and at 8 start class. So then you have several lessons during the day. You have your break between lessons, you have your break for lunch, and then you have your break for dinner, and you back to the barracks. Or if you have your partner and you live in the patch, that is where the family, or the cadets with partners or family, they live and they get a house, so
Is
they
that
do
just
live
off
in.
base or is that on base, that one?
Can be both,
Yeah.
depend of, basically, if you are off base, it's because you live
Yeah.
originally from in Canberra,
Yeah.
um, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, when we have reveille and in the morning, they need to be here.
Yeah.
So you don't live here. We at least want to sleep a little bit more than the people that doesn't, or the cadets that doesn't live here in barracks. This is basically after dinner. We just come here and we have time for self-reflection, and this is a big thing, and this is very important. It's something that I really enjoy being in the army, because that made you to evaluate and review yourself, and from there how you did and how you improve, and the good things that you did, how you keep it, and the bad things, how you can change it. So it's really good and it's really
Mm.
important.
Yeah.
um, then you have a study time, and then you just need to be ready for the next day,
Yeah.
and this will be already 10 p.m.
Yeah. So it's a big day.
Yeah. so
Yeah. So
so
are
and
you
every
finding as you're going through like the classes, I think you termed them, as you're going through them, are the days getting longer, shorter, more stuff in them, a little bit more free time, or what? How's it working, or is it pretty much
it's
the same?
it's never free time. You
It's
feel
never
that
free time.
yeah, you feel a little bit at the beginning of the class, the first week. No, in third class is they're gonna be busy from the minute that you get out the bus.
Yeah.
You are running,
Yeah.
and but second class, first week is gonna be relaxed, because you already know what is be full on. So that is gonna be okay. But then when you start doing your planning, becomes to be very very full on,
Yeah.
and no free times. The days pass quickly, and as I mentioned, so on Monday you have meeting with your OC. On Tuesday you probably don't have anything. However, you also have responsibility like duty, and duty means that you need to go to break or lower the flag and do some task that your company need to do to keep RMC to look,
Yeah.
beautiful. And so you need a special uniform for that duty. If you go to class, you need another uniform. If you have PT, you come here and change. If you have combat training, you need to change. So you have all these uniforms need to be ready to go, because that's what you learn in the army. You always ready to go.
Yeah.
You only have 5 minutes to, yes, I'm ready, change, go. Um, what else? When you are on field, days, the first 3 days go slow. But then when you are 2 weeks and the third weeks, days pass so quick, because everyone's have to be in the role of leader. So, or you are section commander or you are platoon commander, and you need to be able to do the planning to direct your attack. And yes, that is very intense, and you don't count the hours. You just say 1, 2, 3, 4, sleep, wake up for picket, go to sleep again, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and again picket, and then the days is just going that way.
Cycling through.
Yeah, yeah.
No one knows what day it is.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, on field is always Wednesday, and
Yeah.
out today is Wednesday. Yeah, always, always.
Ah, nice. All right, so let's get into some good stuff. So what's the most exciting, like the funnest thing that you've done so far?
Oh, well, I didn't have any experience with weapons, and then the first time I shoot 9 millimeters, I was like, wow, that's super cool.
Yeah,
That's my favorite weapon.
yeah,
Then I went with a rifle, and this is more intense, and I said like, yes, I like this weapon. And then I just learned how to shoot the gun, and I say, "Oh, this is beautiful." And then you just start like you increase the power of the weapon. You say like, "No, just sorry, but at much power the weapon is, I think it's pretty cool. It's things that you don't do much. My favorite weapon, to be honest, is just the hand grenade. And yes, it's much fun.
yeah,
It's really fun.
yeah. Good, awesome. And then you come back to the pistol, and you're like, "Oh, this isn't fun anymore."
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like a little toy hanging around.
Yeah, I have the opportunity to shoot a gun from artillery, but this is a massive gun,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's pretty intense. Like you just need all your body weight to detonate the gun, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah, awesome.
That's when I went to Kultana. So
Oh yeah,
yes, you get that opportunity. So
yeah,
and it's plenty of things that we don't know when we are applying to in RMC, and it's different ways, different corps that you can, when you are here and you start understanding what's going on, and you say, oh well, I will change. For example, in my case, I always say I want to go to engineering corps, but
mhm,
I also discovered that ordnance is something that is really appealing because it's things that I want to do that core offers to me. So
yep,
you start giving signal as well and transport as well. So
yeah.
yes,
So do you have to once you're on your way out of RMC, you choose your stream that you want to go in, and do you have to stick with that, or do you have the ability to sort of move in between
you you,
different cores?
you will have the ability to move if you want. However, they're gonna ask you what you want, and they see your profile, and um, they will send where the army needs.
Yeah,
That's why the reason you are also a general officer at
always
the
the
end of
army,
the
or
year.
what the army
Exactly.
needs.
Exactly. But yes, I mean, if you are happy with your first 3 4 auctions, so yeah, and normally people always get what they want.
Okay, so it's pretty like I'm just thinking like posting side of things. So you choose what you want, and then there's a high chance that you'll get them, but there's
Yes,
always the hey, army needs more of these sort of thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, like with your choices, like do you look at potential places you can go and things like that, or is it more just the job stream that you're more looking at with with the audience sort of tickling your
Well,
fancy a little bit?
at the moment, I am not thinking about location, but it's more about what I want to do.
Yeah,
And even if I want to engineering, probably Darwin will be the auctions
yeah,
that have to go there for 2 years. Yes, I don't really mind, but if I will do what I want,
yeah,
I will be happy, and that's the important thing.
yeah, yeah. That's it.
So I think it's different with people with family. So they probably will have like yes inclination to go to a specific place, but well, this is when you make the choice to come here, and maybe you just need to talk and include that person
Yeah,
and think, are you able to move around? And I would be happy just to stay here, and when I'm out,
yeah,
and it's always a solution. So here in the army, they probably, yes, if you talk and explain reasons, they are open to listen to you. So
yeah, yeah. Always open for like to at least to have a discussion about that sort of stuff. Like even
yeah.
with me with postings, like I was really lucky. I know people are going to hate me saying this, but I spent the majority of my time in Sydney. Like I did move around a couple of different places. Yeah, I had a son in Newcastle, and they honestly kept me in Sydney because my son was in Newcastle. And I know like people are going to be probably crying in the corner because they probably might have been in the same situation, didn't get it, but some are lucky. And then I've had other mates that don't even have family or anything like that, and they were able to stay in same locations just because they liked it there or they had a house there or something like that. So there's always the the sort of bartering between it, and they
Yes. Something that I want to, we never talk about this, or maybe I mentioned to you once, but I remember when I was training with you, you always say it's like, I always tell you, oh, I improved my bit test, and you always say to me back like, and how is your 2.4 case? How is your 2.4 case? And here I don't care anymore about the bit test. It's just focus on the and the 2.4 case. And honestly, if you are on the target in the 2.4 case, when you do the bit test, you are
yeah,
really good.
yeah,
So good to go. I improve a lot. I mean, I know that maybe you already say to all of them the tips for the bit test and how you need to put your shoes, how you need to breathe, how you need the ready position, and all that kind of things. And when I did, I remember I was in 7 point something or 8.3 and jumped to 10.4.
I remember that. Yeah,
Just changing that
yeah,
little things like you know how to breathe and you know how to be in the right position. So yes, things that I would recommend a lot is work on your grips.
yeah,
And I am super not very good with the
yeah,
grips, but I learned here. And with your back.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
for
your
sure.
back strength need to be very fit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and I've spoken to a few people about that recently. Actually, the grip strength side of things, it humbles you pretty quick when you're trying to carry a stretcher and there's four people on it, and you're the one starting to fall down and losing grip. Quick, let's change. So
Exactly. Yeah, I am really good with the Jerry, but no very good with the stretch and carry.
yeah.
I hate it. So, but yes,
You can be pretty
uh,
unlucky with the heights of the other people as well. So you could cop a lot of the
yes.
load, or you could be really lucky and hardly have anything.
I mean, you probably need to get used to, or you will get used to be on your uniform, be with your or body armor, be with your pack, assault pack, and that is like in total like 25 kilo your weapon, and then you just need to carry a mate in the stretcher. So
Yeah,
it's full on.
yeah,
And that is the things, like it doesn't matter if you are old, but if you are fit and you can comply with that, they are happy to have
yeah.
you here. So
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, as long as you keep chugging along, you don't have to be the craziest, fittest guy there, but obviously the fitter you can get yourself will definitely help.
exactly. Well,
Yeah,
when when I arrived here, my standard were like I was 23, 22. All my times uh, were very good. And when I just have to say my age, they said like, "What? No, you are not 40." Yes. Well, yes. At that time I was 39, but I was like, yes. And now I just arrived and I was so scared because I put some kilos in Christmas, and I did a test, and and I said like, oof, I just, I am glad I am 40 because so the requirements are others, but yeah, it's really good. It's that feeling is really good.
yeah, awesome. All right, so what do you reckon the hardest thing has been for you there so far? Yeah, that you've
Feel,
encountered. Yeah, yeah,
yes, be on feel, cold, wet, uh, no phone to talk with anyone. Uh,
how long you feel
no,
for?
normally you are on field. The In third class, your first experience will be 3 days,
Yeah,
then 5 days, then 12 days, then 2 weeks, and then you just go happy for
yeah,
break. And second class is first time 3 weeks, second time 4 weeks,
Yeah, a lot of
and
fuel.
it's yes a lot of fuel, and it's too intense because you really don't rest, and you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
Yeah, impressive. And the way that you have to behave, the way that you have to be always on, and
switched
it's
on. Yeah,
yes, it's easy, but um,
I've been told when you're have you done the 4 week one yet? You haven't.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've been told when you do that one, there's a lot of sleep deprivation to go with it. So yeah,
Uh that's is Shaggy Rich, and that is exercise that lasts
oh, that's the last one, is it?
4 days.
Yeah,
That's between two battle blocks,
yeah,
and yes, you cannot sleep. You only have a ration pack for your section. We have two ration packs for the section. A ration pack normally is for one person, and it's gonna be last one day. And if you eat a lot, then normally we do so. And that ration pack you now have to split with your mates for 3 days. So, and you
yeah,
cannot sleep, and you have very demanding physical activities, like all the time that you need to finish your mission. They You are hungry, and you start like a very upset, and that's what they want. They are pushing you, testing you, how you react. And at the same time, when you are tired, you need to think how to planning and deliver orders and
yeah,
accomplish the missions. And yes, it's not difficult if you are fit.
yeah.
It's not difficult. It's you just need to make a deal with your mates and say, when I start getting angry, like snapping people, you
Let me
just
know.
yeah, let me know exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the deal that you do. But yeah.
I
Yes.
remember, yeah. It just brings back a memory. We did a 3 4 day sleep and food depth thing, and yeah, well, it was good the whole time. And then towards one of the last days, I snapped it with someone that just wasn't pulling their weight, and then one of my mates in the section, he's like, "Well, Brody's lost it." It's like you finally ticked over the edge.
Yes, you will pack marching 6K, 8K easily between missions, and you will have requirements, like they're gonna give you some rules and things that you can do and you can't. And sometimes you just forget that, and you just they probably you are not with the enemy, you are with a community helping them, and they're gonna offer you food, and you are hungry, you know and you forget that you can't have anything, so you will take it, and then in your review say, well, you failed because you say yes.
But then
And
you
that
can
kind
say
of,
it was
yeah.
worth it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's good. I always think the most difficult part is just to learn to
Yeah,
feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And yes, everything is so beautiful, be dry, and you don't have a shower for 12 weeks, 12 weeks, 12 days, or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you have a shower maybe the day that you're gonna get inside the bus to back to the city. But that's gonna be maybe 22 or 23 days without have a shower. Of course, you're gonna clean yourself with wet towels, but that is that it is.
yeah.
So
It's
you just need to
crazy.
get you just need to get you get used to you don't smell anything after 3 days, so you don't know if you smell good or you smell bad. Everyone is just the same, and you're always wet, and yes, you
Yeah.
just get used to.
It's crazy, yeah. Especially that sort of the smell side of things and not showering for ages. Yeah, you're right. Like after the third day, it's like you can smell it. Like going up, like for the first couple of days, you're like, man, I am stinking. And then it just boom, it's gone. No one stinks whatsoever. You don't even notice. Like you can go,
Exactly.
6 months
Yeah.
without showering, wouldn't even notice. But then you get home, have a shower, put your clothes,
Exactly.
and put your clothes on the side and go to pick them up. You're like, holy shit.
Yes. I
There
have
it
that experience. Wow.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, well, if you get a chance and you go for whatever reason, you come out of field and you get it and you sneak off and have a shower and you go back out, everyone can smell you. You just smell like an angel.
Yes,
And you can
yes.
smell everyone else as well.
And yeah, and the funny thing is, like, you notice, when you have a shower again with a mirror, you will see how much because you stop seeing yourself in a mirror, and you will have a very small mirror, but it's just to put your camo on your face, and or when you shave every morning. But that's it. You don't see your body, to be honest. You maybe you see your feet at nighttime, but you don't see much of your body until you just back and you just realize and see, go to the bathroom and have a shower, say, oh my god. So I lost 15 kilos of my
Ooh,
first 6 months.
that's a big drop. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It happens. Just constant work, like not eating much. Yeah. It's easy.
Well, you eat a lot here, and
Oh,
on
our field.
field is a
Yeah.
lot of sugar and carbs,
Yeah.
and you say, like, I don't know how I'm losing weight if I only eating sugar and carbs, but you do and you need, because yeah, it's a lot of work.
Awesome. All right. So, have you got any? Well, let's check if we got any comments here. We got one from Bridget. I wanted Adelaide, ended up in Darwin. Second posting wanted Perth. Now I'm in Sydney. Perfect. That's a prime example.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that happens. So
Yeah.
be prepared for it. All right. Now, have you got any final things that you'd like to shout out to people trying to go through the same process as you, or anything? Just some, final bit of advice that maybe you would have liked to have heard before you enlisted or got ready for RMC.
Well, I would say, I mean, I am no upset that I did, I didn't know anything when I arrived here. I think that everything that I have learned, and the way I learned, has been very well. But well, now I see that at the beginning I was very upset. I said second day I start asking myself what I'm doing here, and the good thing is, like, me as a old person with experience, I would say that you don't need to find the logic at the beginning. You just need to go with the flow, and your life here is gonna be easier. So if you learn how to understand that part, like, just follow, and you will have a little opportunity at the beginning to be uh, yourself and speak out. You just follow what they say and the way that they say at the end of the third class, or if you just go to no commissioned saying, um, you just follow what they say. You will understand why that
Mm,
way. And with time you will have more opportunity to be yourself, to show your experience in whatever you have done before. And if you don't have much experience because you are very young and finish just high school, it doesn't matter. I would recommend at least to have like a year off. I mean, with my experience, I think it's very important to understand what do you want, and to do things that you really are passionate about. Is Don't come here if it's because your mom and your dad want you to be here. You
yeah.
really need to be sure that you want to be here, because it's going to be easier you to be focused. You will learn how to manage your time a lot, and it's because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble all the time, and just becomes to be a bad habit, and that, yes, that doesn't look good. So yes, have be open to be exposed to not comfortable environment, and don't think everything have to be one way. And the army, everything is one way, as the army says. And uh, yes, be open just to be a better version of yourself every day. That is what we're doing here. And if you show that, they are happy. They just want good people. They don't want to be. They don't want the people to be like perfection, because it doesn't exist. Even all these big rank, they always say to us that they every day still learning, and they make mistakes. But of course, the experience that they have with years, they minimize the mistakes. So that will be my advice for the
Yeah, no,
people that is want
that's awesome,
to
and
be
yet, like
part of
you're
the
talking
army.
about the end of the day when you just go through that reflection of what did I do good, what did I do bad, how can I improve, sort of thing. That's a really simple thing to continually improve yourself in many different ways. And yeah, it's something I definitely picked up from the army, and I do all the time as well. So yeah, it's a really good thing to do. And that statement you said about don't try to find the logic to start with, that's a kill. Like that is gold. So when you're rocking up, yeah, they're telling you what you need to know, and you'll find the bigger picture later down the track. But when you
Yes,
first start off with this sort of stuff, just do what you're told. You're doing it for a reason. Right now, you're probably thinking about that task, going, "What the fuck am I doing this for? This is so shit."
exactly, exactly. For me, something that was very stupid and I was very upset is like when you enter class at the beginning, just start. They're gonna teach you this is your tower, and you're gonna put your everything there. In the morning, the uniform, at nighttime, the pajama, and you're gonna roll it, and you're gonna put also the soap and the everything that you want to use. And you say, and they have to be very tight, that doesn't show anything. And you say, "Look, it doesn't make sense. Why we have to do this? It's like it's so stupid," and you get angry, and then you have to walk very quick, like, oh man, it doesn't make any sense. However, you just get used to every day, and you get better. And if they check you and the tower roll is not right, they're gonna make you back to the room, do it again, and go to have a shower. But then when you go to field, you have this habit of everything is packed, and you're gonna eat, you open and close and put it away. And you need something from your bag, you open and close and put it away. And from nowhere you are resting, or you are picket, and you're gonna have indirect fire, and dun, 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 we need to move. You just need to get your back and go. So that is where you learn to be very prepared all
Yeah,
the time, and with the minimum details, and you're just ready to go. So I did understood at the beginning about the roll tower,
yeah.
but then when I went to field, I'd say, okay, I got it. Why we learned this?
Yeah, that's it. Attention to detail and yeah, preparation. Like you're just staying prepared
Yeah,
all the time. It's exactly right, and it's something I've been trying to teach some of my clients at the moment. That attention to detail and completing workouts and stuff, and ticking them off in the app. Make sure it's done. You're doing this for a reason. So yeah, simple things. That it definitely has a reason behind it. That's awesome.
yeah. You
All
can
right.
you can you can have your habit and create your schedule on every day. Today, now that you are uh, in that process before get here, is getting the habit of I'm gonna read news on Mondays. I'm gonna write about what I did the weekend on Tuesday. That things, and training every day. You have plenty of time to training, and when you are here, you just super fit, or not super fit, but fit enough that that part is like I don't need to think about. I know that I have the discipline and about that, and not the motivation, because well, I personally don't believe motivation. I believe in discipline. So you always have motivation, and you for the things that you want to do. So, but the discipline will help. It will allow you to do the things that you don't want it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, and believe what Brody says. He helped me a lot. So
Good. All right. Well, yeah, it doesn't look like there's any more comments there. So, mate, we'll finish up here. And yeah, thank you heaps for jumping on board. You're the first person to have a chat about RMC for us. So I'm sure a lot of people will get a lot out of this. But yeah, I'll be in touch for sure. I'll be chatting to you along the way. It's always good to get messages off you here and now to let me know how you're going. And
fantastic.
yeah, keep in with the loop. Keep
No, happy. And if any clients or new clients they have any questions, just let me know and I help them. So
Beautiful.
happy to help.
Awesome. Yeah, you're in the fitness forum as well. So yeah, reach out to him, Esteban, and yeah, just ask your questions away. Oh, beautiful.
Fantastic.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks heaps for that. Thank you for turning up and sharing your experience. There was plenty of information in there that a lot of people will get out of it. So yeah, thank you everyone that's watched this and going to watch this in the future in like a recorded version. If you guys want to follow me at all, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm on it all. Just look at the logo up in the side there above Esteban. Just Outperform Fitness. Just check that out. You'll see my logo everywhere, and just follow me along different channels. And I've always got lots of free info that I put out there for you guys to help get ready for the Defence Force, emergency services, anything like that. It's just tactical fitness, and that's what I'm all about. All right, guys, and if you are interested in that Battle Ready program, the one that Esteban went through to help him out get ready, that link will be in the description of this as well. So feel free to click on that and check it out, or just simply reach out to me, and I'll help you out. All right, guys, catch us all later. Thank you very much, Esteban. I'll be chatting to you next time.
Okay. See
See
ya.
ya.
Bye.